Alright guys, what's up? I'm going to give a quick little review over my tune and maybe help some guys out who are kind of on the border of maybe wanting to tune their Ecoboost Mustang and kind of not sure if it's a big difference or if they should do it or what they should be concerned about. And so we'll get into that here in just a second. Alright, so as you guys know, I went with the new RevX tuner. It's available on AmericanMuscle.com, and I went for the Unleashed tuning. The numbers on it seem to be a lot better than the Bama tune. That's as far as what people have said and as far as the numbers they put out on the dyno. This is supposed to add peak horsepower of 67 at the wheels, max horsepower 34 at the wheels, and 119 foot-pounds of torque. That means this car's making over 400 foot-pounds of torque at the wheels now, so that's pretty crazy, and you really feel it between about 2,500 and 5,500 RPMs. It does pull a lot stronger at the top end now, just because it's running boost more or less all the way across the board now, so your power band is a little bit more broad, but I mean, the car's a lot faster. I mean, it's still not crazy fast. It's a 4-cylinder Mustang with a 35mm turbo. What is it, a KO4? It's like, I think it's a 4460, and so it's an itty bitty turbo. It's twin scroll. It's obviously not going to be super fast with this engine, but it does spool really fast now, especially, and it hits hard. 400 foot-pounds of torque at about 3,000 RPM. So I mean, it pulls really hard in the lower gears. But my thoughts on this tune are basically what it has done is it's kind of in effect geared it down. Second gear kind of pulls like first gear did before, and third gear kind of pulls like second, and fourth kind of pulls like third, and so on and so forth. It's taken at least half a second off of the 0 to 60 time, which is pretty crazy, and that should in turn take a little bit over half a second, maybe a whole second off the quarter-mile time. The fastest I've seen someone run is a 1273. Fastest I've been is 13.9 on no prep, so could be a little better. So if this car will actually run 12s, that's incredible. This thing was $450 for 67 horsepower and 119 foot-pound of torque. It could be a little bit more paired up with this intake. That's crazy. No other modification is going to do that for that price, and it's been awesome. I ran the race tune for the first few days just to play with it, and it is a little bit scary, honestly. The shift firmness is turned up like, it says 25%. So I mean, the shifts, bow, they hit you like in the back. I mean, you feel them. But now I've decided to, just for daily use, I'm running the performance tune. You get two tunes when you order this, two custom tunes. So the performance is a little bit more geared toward just daily drive and a little less touchy response, nowhere near the type of shifts you're getting in the race, maybe not running quite the same amount of boost all the way across. What I can tell in the difference in the tunes is this is a lot more drivable in the performance. You get a lot more drivability, and that means that it's, my mom could hop in this, my grandma could hop in this, and she wouldn't really be able to tell a huge difference just as far as just driving around normally. Now when you step on it, it's definitely faster than stock, but it's not quite as fast as the race. And so I'm really happy with it. I think it's been well worth it. But the big concern that people have is a lot of people have seen some of these EcoBoost engines blow up, and that happens. I mean, that's just kind of a risk you take. My car is already out of the powertrain warranty. It's got over 38,000 miles on it. So I mean, maybe not out of the powertrain warranty, but out of the bumper-to-bumper warranty. I think Ford's powertrain warranty is still 5 years, 60,000 miles. So it's just kind of a risk you take. But some steps you can do that I'm going to do, especially a lot of people go with one-step colder plugs, one-step colder spark plugs, and so I'm going to have to do some research on that and see which ones I need to order. But Ecoboost, if you ever see him on YouTube, that's what he did. It's one of the main things he says. And so, but as far as, so far, I've not had any issues with this tune at all. I mean, it's running great. Car feels, just normal. The only thing that I have noticed is sometimes, like, especially when I was running, not on the performance, but on the race tune, it'll hold gears a little bit longer, like in drive. Like in sport, it does normally hold them, but in drive, it'll kind of hold them, and then it kind of clunks back and forth a little bit, just because it's trying to get the gear in there. But I mean, other than that, you wouldn't know that if I hadn't driven the car for 2.5 years already. So I mean, it's nothing bad. It only happens once, very rarely. And so I'm still very, very, very impressed with this tune. And so I'm gonna take it to the track not this Saturday, but the 23rd. And so we'll see what she runs. All I'm hoping for is a low 13. I'm not gonna set my expectations too high. I know the car's probably capable with some good tires of running 12s, as are most tuned EcoBoost Mustangs. But other than that, I'm really impressed. The only thing I would advise, if I had to do it over, I would probably go Bama. I'm not gonna lie, because I have called SCT, not got an answer, not got a call back one time. So their customer service, not the best. Because I was trying to figure out, so I had a question, but I mean, I called American Muscle, the guys I ordered it from, and they were perfect, helped me out with everything I need. So that's the only thing, like, if you can't really call them dealer direct, I guess, like directly to SCT to get a hold of them, because I couldn't, or at least I couldn't, and so I had to call American Muscle. But other than that, that's the only issue at all I've even had. But installing it's easy. It takes about this tuner is Wi-Fi, so it takes it's not as bad, but you just download the tunes off the cloud they send you, and so that's pretty cool, honestly, in my opinion. Also, guys, if anybody has any questions, I mean, this is the tuner itself. It's about the size of an iPhone or so. It's got a 3-inch LCD screen. Plugs in here via HDMI. It goes down here to your OBD2 port, if you can see that, but it's got a wire that I just keep it plugged in and go run through there. But I mean, this is called data log and gauge function on here. You can actually data log and plug it in your computer if you have to send it off your tuner. There's different gauge layouts. I mean, show more, and then you can go landscape, but I mean, I just leave it on this one, so because they're all straight across and they're easy to read. But I mean, they read in real time, so I mean, give a guess. Builds boost. As you can see, I haven't been on it all the way here, but the most boost it's run thus far is 20.74 pounds, and I haven't got on it too bad, so not too bad. There's that. Also, and like if you do exit out, here's your main screen. Or shoot, you gotta stop data log. Sorry. This is where you go right here, program vehicle, to get your tune. Vehicle functions, you can read and clear DTC codes, and there's also special functions for things that it supports. Vehicle info, to just tell you about, you know, what your car is, like the VIN and the PCM code and all that stuff. Device info obviously tells it about itself. And then device settings, this is where you go to check for updates. This is how you connect to Wi-Fi right here. Brightness, orientation, theme, you can do red, blue, you know, dark, which is just kind of opposite. I keep it on red because I think it looks the best personally. It's just personal preference. It's got power mode, and it'll turn off. It's turned itself off, you know, to save power. But I keep mine mostly on gauge and data log. You just gotta have your ignition turned on, and it'll take a second, and it'll read right here. So we'll give it a second, see what it does. Scans the file, and then boom. Waiting for data. There we go. In short though, guys, I would really highly recommend tuning your Ecoboost Mustang. It's made a world of difference in this car. It honestly doesn't even feel like the same car. Everybody I've taken for a ride in it, that's what they say. I mean, this car is now about 9/10 as fast as a 5.0. In all reality, a stock 5.0 as far as about a quarter mile goes. This car could even beat a 5.0 if you get a better launch than them. And so, I mean, it's made a world of difference. If you're scared about it, Ford even offers their own tune. I mean, you know, it's a little more expensive because it comes with the intake and a tune, so you're looking at about $600 or $700 versus a tune normally is $400 to $500. But I mean, it's covered under warranty. Roush, they have the same thing. It's covered under warranty. So I mean, there are options. But I mean, as long as you're safe, just I mean, it's literally just as likely to break with the tune on as without. Once you start doing some other major modifications, then it might become a little bit more likely to break. But I mean, other than that, I'm extremely happy with it. So can't complain there. But other than that, guys, that's about it. I'm really impressed with it. I'll show you all some acceleration clips, how it does. I mean, driving around, I mean, you can hear it's fine. But other than that, hope everyone's having a good day. Please like, share, and subscribe. Peace out.